The Higgs boson. Why Higgs boson? The Higgs boson particle is so important to the Standard Model because it signals the existence of the Higgs field, an invisible energy field present throughout the universe that imbues other particles with mass. Since its discovery, the particle has been making waves in the physics community. Although it was brought up in theory by Peter Higgs in the 1960s, it took few decades until proven to exist in CERN during 2013. CERN was built for that reason among other undisclosed objectives. To comprehend this concept, we need to delve into the table of Standard Model, which consists of the 17 known particles so far. Please note that the videos and material aid used in this video are edits of others, of which the full videos are listed in the description for further details and knowledge. To understand the Higgs boson, wrongfully called the God particle, we need to scratch a bit under the surface of the Standard Model of physics.
All the known matter in the universe consists of the following fundamental particles: the up quark and its heavier cousins, each of which has an electric charge of positive 2/3. The down quark and its heavier cousins, each of which has an electric charge of negative 1/3. The electron and its heavier cousins, each of which has an electric charge of negative 1. And the neutrinos, each of which has an electric charge of 0. Each particle has an associated antimatter particle with the same mass, but the opposite electric charge, thereby doubling the number of particles. There are 6 different flavors of quarks, which we have decided to call up, down, charm, strange, top, and bottom. If we define the electric charge of a proton as positive 1, then 3 of the quarks each have an electric charge of positive 2/3, and the other 3 quarks each have an electric charge of negative 1/3. Each quark has an associated antimatter equivalent, called an antiquark, containing the same mass but the opposite electric charge. The electron's heavier cousins are called the muon and the tau. The electron, the muon, and the tau each have their own associated neutrino. Besides quarks and antiquarks, the only other type of particles that contain this so-called color charge are particles called gluons. Each gluon possesses two color charges, one color and one anti-color of a different type, such as red and anti-green. Gluons do not possess any electric charge. Photons will just pass through each other. On the other hand, gluons do possess a color charge, which means that unlike photons, gluons can absorb and emit other gluons, allowing gluons to attract one another. The other known fundamental particles that are bosons are the photon, the gluon, and the Higgs boson, each of which have an electric charge of 0. The Z boson also has an electric charge of 0. But the W boson has an electric charge of either +1 or -1.
Now, let's zoom in on the Higgs boson and the Higgs field. Unlike other known fields such as the electromagnetic field, the Higgs field takes the same non-zero value almost everywhere. To give you an idea of how the boson field handles particles passing through it, whether it is a particle with mass or a mass-less particle. Particles with mass will acquire mass as shown in the graph, this of it as if you're walking through snow wearing a snow boot where you keep picking up snowflakes on your boots. While mass-less particles don't interact with the Higgs field, therefore pick up no mass, as just like if you got on a ski-doo or skis where you slide on the snowflakes barely touching it and pick up no snow during your travel. The Higgs boson particle among the rest of the 17 known particles is critical to understanding our universe. Salome indicated that the Higgs boson will interact with the Higgs field to give all these other particles that we see around us, creating the normal matter and even some of the exotic matter. With the Higgs boson particle discovery, physicists now can say, this is how the universe works, or at least we think it does. I hope that the analogy and the material provided was helpful to simplify this complicated subject. Please, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and help us continue creating more videos.